JP gets his Matilda, that might be the X factor.
Yeah, that's right. Again, very old school DNA. I know you guys missed the regular season alpha almost every game kind of thing. And TLPH is bringing that back with a little bit of flavor with the new and improved team.
Yeah, you have to look at the Falcons rating though. Crowd control up the wazoo. And that might be the difference maker here. But again, it's a glue on the other side. Every time there's a glue, it's just always the X factor.
That's right. Let's load up into the game for game number 4. Falcons keeping it close. Let's go.
An old favorite makes its return to the Land of Dawn. Very little stats we have on Jungle Alphas now making its way into the playoffs. Welcome to game number 4. Finally Falcons on the board, but far from equalizing. This is a clash of titans. Ian, is this the right time to bring out the Alpha again?
Yeah, if you pair it up, of course, with JP's Matilda, could be a viable option for TLPH, especially as we approach the 8-minute mark. Things could go well for TLPH up against Team Falcons.
Yeah, and I feel like it's not just the Alpha that the Matilda could work well alongside with. It's also the Jushin. If they want to like match Sanji and his aggression, then they can do just that because they'll get the Circling Eagle, they'll get the Guiding Wind so they can quickly get out of danger. And I feel like you could say the same for Sanford, right? We often see these kinds of duos wherein the XP laner just dives deep in the back lines, but there's someone to fetch him. There's someone to save him if ever he gets in a very dangerous position.
And the Wazoo is, I don't know if it's protected enough, is because there's only one Purify for Falcons. It's just few. So should they be targeting Marco? Is that the play here?
Yeah. Especially in the early game, don't let Super Marco scale up early on. Carl Teasy goes in with the ultimate, paired up with Sanford there. They want to go for the first blood kill. Purify popped by few, and TLPH, they got what they wanted.
Yeah, they were clearly forcing a fight there. Even a pickup at most for Kyle Teasy, but he got his level 4, so I feel like that was a bit of a signal too for Team Liquid Philippines to maybe be a little more safe in terms of their next few decisions, because there is an upcoming objective and they definitely do not want to lose someone before that.
The aforementioned objective, the turtle spawning in just a few up in the XP lane down here, bottom quarter of the map. Even without kills, I'd say Liquid is ahead here.
Yeah, especially with the way they're controlling the map right now. A lot of zone from JP and Sanford. Free turtle for Carl Teasy. Let's see how Team Falcons will respond. What trades will they look for?
Wow, I feel like for now, none. They won't be getting anything. Kyle Teasy is still about to secure his purple buff. And all those resources burned by Team Liquid prior to that turtle were so worth it.
Yeah. Compared to game number 2, we don't see actually Few and Ogwin be as aggressive in the center of the map compared to what we witnessed in game number 2. So far, TLPH, Sanji and JP, their combo again is slowly working for them, giving a lot of space for Oheb. And this is what Brigida is mentioning. Not just the Alpha will benefit from the Matilda, but also Oheb. Eventually, he'll stack up fast.
Yep, and a game that has Oheb losing a lot is a tough game to win for Liquid. And now it's clear, they're in control. Feather strike!
Everyone jumping in. Kyle Teasy goes in with the Owigi Shadow kill. Sanji was able to Crimson Beacon out and sustain the damage. Again, no casualties. So far, 3 minutes in, no first blood.
Yeah, and they're allowing Oheb to do the double lanes. You like to see this for Team Liquid Philippines. One of the probably biggest factors for them establishing and carrying out the entire Liquid Stampede thing is when they're able to gain full control or dominance in terms of what we see along the mid and along the river side, which was something clearly that they were able to do in the first 2 games, but they lost it in game number 3, and you knew what happened.
We're on our way to actually witnessing a brand new kind of Liquid Stampede. They don't have to kill you. Still, no casualties, yet they're already approaching a 2,000 gold lead. Liquid is running through you, hitting hard, hitting fast. Without having to kill, they're just getting what they want, then moving on.
Yeah. Having a lot of information, not giving Kyle Teasy a good time. So far, game number 3, Kyle Teasy started out strong. He even came to a point before 8 minutes. He was 5-0-0 already with Hayabusa.
Yeah, and for Team Liquid, they don't really need to... Oh, wait.
Just the damage from Ogwin. Forced out to use a Raging Sandstorm. Got caught out there by the Circling Eagle of JP for Sanji to be able to take him down. Kyle Teasy jumps in with a Shadow already with the Yuigi Shadow kill. But just one Crimson Beacon was more than enough to save himself.
Fancy feat by Sanji. Didn't even need to use the flicker.
Yeah, and look at that. The first casualty we see in the game was actually just a punish. It was just Team Liquid Philippines reacting to seeing Ogwen all alone in that area And now this could potentially be another free objective for them.
Yeah, Carl TZ again, uncontested turtle take. So now Team Falcons, they might just go and default back to their usual strategy, feed a lot of resources for Super Marco, eventually help him scale up, and it's going to be Flap, TZ, and Ogwin to help them reach that point.
Oh, even if that is the plan for Marco, he's 1,000 behind from Oheb, already on his way to becoming the BPI rich guy of game number 4.
Oh yeah, and he first had to build that that Sea Halberd before anything else, because he knows how much they have to deal with in terms of Team Liquid and their overall sustain, but they're able to hold onto this turret. And at least for Team Falcons, they're not allowing Team Liquid Philippines to convert anything just yet into a turret.
That's right. On a fundamental level, Falcons is playing the right way. They know how to stem the bleeding, but again, it seems like Liquid is ready for this. Liquid is prepared to go slow but steady and still stampede through.
Yeah, and slow and steady wins the race. They now converted one objective, a turret takedown up top. And if you're going to look at the level gap between the junglers, 2 level gap already.
Oh.
Even if nothing's happening, Sanford jumps in again. Beautiful stun on to Marco and to Kyle TZ. Treating like this purple buff is a lord. There's a Shadow Bomb. Kyle TZ might be able to take it still, but they stole it away.
Oh, they're barely allowing Kyle TZ to get his hands on the purple buff. And that diminishes the threat you could feel from him. Be it in the gas, be it in the pickoffs, you know he doesn't have a purple buff.
And that was off of the back of a failed flicker grab. Sanford didn't get to press it. I guess there wasn't enough stacks on the targets, yet they still got away with it. Call Easy coming in!
Jumping in, forced out Super Marco's dash and flicker. So a major resource expended already for the side of Team Falcons. Meanwhile, Oheb having the time of his life. Every single lane, he's there pushing turrets.
Big money, big XP, forcing few out of here. A Sonata almost lethal.
Fortunately, Flap TC was able to block it out, but JP jumps in from the back to deliver the final blow onto Few. JP might fall down here, but he stays alive as Ogwin jumps in to make sure to take him down. And we get Shadow Kill finally for Kyle TZ to trade out Sanji.
We've only seen 4 kills so far in the past 7 minutes, but it feels like we've already seen so much. Though this is the 3rd consecutive turtle that'll go into the hands of Team Liquid, so that's an easy 5K gold lead for them already.
Throughout those sequences, I'm talking about the past minute, Kyle hasn't farmed anything. He had to be on guard and be ready to join fights. What did that lead to? Carl TZ maintaining his XP lead. We're approaching a 3K XP lead here. And again, I don't even want to talk about gold lane, man. Oheb is out farming Super Marco like crazy. This is the Baby X duo at work!
Another jump in from Carl TZ. Just for the Spear of Alpha, they force out the Raging Sandstorm. Now immediately transitions to the middle lane to take it down. Oigi Shadow Kill, not enough damage. Sanford latches on to Flap TZ. Even if this is a backshot, they might be able to bring him down and face the kill off to Oheb. Ogwin might be the next target here. That's Sonatas again for TLPH, and they converted those kills into objectives.
Yeah, you're starting to feel how TLPH definitely know that they're running out of time. They have to make things quick because Super Marco is one of those, he's on one of those heroes that you will have a terrible time fighting up against if you do reach the late game.
And we are at the mid game, the cusp of the Lord coming through. In about 40 seconds, Lord will spawn in the lower quarter. And again, the map just doesn't agree and align with Falcons. It's a shame that Few can't wings by wings from bush to bush, that Flap can't just roll up in the bushes, because they have to protect their cores.
Yeah, and apart from that 3 consecutive neutral objectives, they had to concede because of the spike of an Alpha paired up with a Mathilda. And now they might even be able to pop an energy shield down bottom and take away the orange buff. They take away Kyle TZ, immediately disintegrated him down to the ground. Perfect timing, 15 seconds, Lord is up.
That's what I'm talking about. Again, #1 GPM and DPM all season long. #2 total kills. That's a season MVP for season 15. Oheb.
And how did Kyle TZ suddenly disappear like that? We barely see any kills.
There was no Skypiercer stacks.
There were no Skypiercer stacks, but he just got deleted with a Rhapsody. So that just goes to show how much ahead Oheb is already in terms of his farm, in terms of his items.
Now TLPH capitalizing on that lead by taking away every single jungle creep that they can see.
This
Kyle
is
Teasy
hard.
stuck at level 11 compared to Carl Teasy, who's level 14. So automatically, Team Falcons have to concede this unless they go for the trade kills instead.
I think that is the wise thing to do. Falcons, just let it go. Just commit to defending. You are built to defend. You have the high ground advantage. You have good firepower to do just that. 8K now ahead. Liquid Philippines. And alone on OHEB, alone, 3,000 over Super Marco. Tell his coach, tell his mom, tell people online, he's got a lot of money.
He has money. We're not going to believe whatever he said in the past anymore. It's different now, and it's going to be easier for Team Liquid Philippines to make use of this lord that they secured, because they've already pretty much taken out some of the holy shields that are still intact for Team Falcons. Fortunately for them, they still have the one in mid, and they have Super Marco. You know how reliable the Bennett Rage, that Nibiru's Passion, is going to be when it comes to wave clear.
Yeah, but the thing is, TLPH dive-centric lineup can always disrupt the Feathered Airstrike and the ults that can come from the Beatrix, especially with the lead that they have. There goes the ultimate from Beatrix. Trying to clear out the Lord.
Shield popped in mid, but Falcons take care of business. In comes Kyle Teasy, shadow kill.
He has to call a Wiki Shadow Kill to be able to clear out the minions, but immediately Flap Teasy got deleted. The Cavalry respecting the damage of the Feathered Airstrike, but they were able to pop all energy shields.
Not even the backshot felt tanky enough. And now they're going to transition to the mid lane. Oh, look at Sanji!
Even Sanji goes in with the Crimson Beacon to zone out Team Falcons. Base now exposed. Super Marco able to clear it out, but there's minions onto the bottom lane. OHEB gonna make sure to bring down the turret.
And down it goes. 2 lanes exposed. Falcons have to defend. If in the mid game it was dire, now approaching the late game, I don't know what the worst is over worst, because that is what they're staring down. A 12K gold lead approaching.
Oh, Flap Teasy trying to zone out and size up TLPH.
I think at best it's a successful Raging Sandstorm into a Bennett's Rage for Super Marco and the Feathered Airstrike, but so far, Team Liquid Philippines, they're not allowing themselves to be put in such a position!
The Lantern Flare from Sanji was just too much. In an instantaneous burst there for TLPH, just an 11.5K gold lead.
I'd hate to say it, but we're throwing back to 2022, early 23. A slow-paced stampede.
Sanford again with the flicker in. They caught Kyle Teasy, feeds off the kill to OHEB. A double for the MVP. And match point for Team Liquid Philippines.
Precision macro put on display by the first seed of the regular season in Season 15. Team Liquid Philippines 1 game away from going to the Grand Finals.
Such a carefully